have a great show for you guys today. As you know, and some of you may not know, I'm Alisa Israel, and I'm broadcasting from Ghana. I have some amazing guests on the panel today. We're so happy to have them here. Today, we're going to basically just be talking about some of our experiences moving to the continent of Africa. We're in different locations, but we are basically going through the same things. And so we're going to each share our story with the hopes of inspiring you all to come to the continent, but to stay steadfast. We thank you guys for tuning in and for your time, and also press that like, subscribe, and cut your post notifications on. Before I get started, I want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. So in the comments that I'm looking at, hello, how y'all doing? Welcome. Latonya, welcome. Eve has many eyes, welcome. Many faces. Hello, my clients here. Thank y'all for being here. Can y'all hear me okay? Tammy, I'll have you be a person to tell me if you can hear me. I see my workers in here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll be posting some of your comments. I appreciate that. Latonya, how beautiful. You still my girl. And I say keep up the good work. I'm happy for your success, Shalom. Thank you for that. So listen. Hi, how you doing? We're going to get started. I don't want to take too much time because we got a long show coming on. Y'all messages are coming in loud and clear. Thank you so much. So, okay, you can hear me. Thank you so much. All right, so we're going to move forward. I'm going to start with Kohain, Rabbi Cohan. Welcome. How are you?
Excellent. Very good. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Feeling good, and hope the audience is feeling good.
Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to come back to you in a second. We just want to get everybody introduced on this platform. So we got Mr. Tim Ford and his beautiful wife in the building. How y'all doing?
Good. We're good. Shalom. Peace and blessings.
Shalom, shalom. So where y'all at right now?
We're in East Africa, Tanzania.
Tanzania. Okay, Tanzania, Ghana. So we're going to bring in Mr. Daniel King and his beautiful wife. How y'all doing?
Shalom, we are well.
Good
Greetings.
Good. Thank y'all for being here. We're gonna go through the itinerary as you guys were try to keep the show moving. And then we have last but certainly not least, we got Judah in the building. How you doing? Welcome.
What up?
Okay,
Yeah, I can hear you. Shalom.
Shalom, we hear you good now. So I'm the only one that's looking all dark. I don't know what to do. I mean, I got my light at all. Like,
Get close to a window.
Just light a candle or something.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'm gonna feel my little. I'm gonna be my own little prop man over here. Like, I'm just like out here in the dark. Come on, Ghana.
Yeah.
We're gonna get it started. We're gonna have some fun today. We got some different stories that we're also gonna share. So we're gonna have some deep moments. I basically want us to, share our stories because it's been a lot going on in the media. We got so many lies happening, and I believe it's an attack on the children of Israel. I believe there's a spiritual warfare going on that's trying to keep those of us that believe we are doing the work of the Most High. I feel like it's something that's trying to keep us from continuing on. Because me, myself, I've been very discouraged. I've been very kind of low vibrational just because of all the different attacks I constantly have to face. I mean, Rabbi Cohan and Judah, I think y'all know about the different things I consistently have to do. So we're going to definitely tell our stories. And I actually want to change up the itinerary for a second. I want to, hold on one second, y'all. I'm trying to get my comments together. I'm coming. Rabbi, are you okay to get started? Yeah, we're going to just have you lead us in a prayer quickly while I get my charger, of course, and then we'll get started with our story.
All right, excellent. Have everyone's attention. Modeh Anaknu El Elyon, Elahe Abotenu, Elahe Abraham Yitzchak Vagam Yisrael. We give thanks unto you, O Most High, the God of our ancient forefathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Israel, for this day, for this time, for our life, for our strength, for our right mind. We want to ask thee to be with us today for this program. and all of the listening audience that will be able to come in contact with our words. We ask that we are just a conduit for this session, that it is your word and it is your inspiration that comes through us, that you may touch your people, that you may touch the ears, the heart, and the soul of those who may be in the listening of the testimonies that we give through our lives that you have empowered us to be able to live. We know that with thee we can do all things, and without thee we can do nothing. We know that it is thee that has made us and not we ourselves. So we surrender ourselves and these next couple of hours unto you in your hands, your direction, your guidance, and the message that you would like for your people to hear. We give you thanks for our host for organizing this, Alita Yisrael, for all of us who are the participants in this program. We ask that we may empower our audience through the power of our testimony that has been made manifest through your strength. All this we pray if you will bless us. Won't forget to give thy name the honor, the praise, and the glory from this time forth and forevermore. Hallelujah. Amen. Selah.
Selah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Thank you so much for that, Kohain. We appreciate that warm prayer to get us started. Jamaican Journey says he's followed everybody on his live, so we thank you so much for that love and support.
Amen.
So we're just gonna get started. I'm gonna start off by telling my story, just because I gotta run the show, and I want you guys to kind of have, time to do your story while I sit back and post the comments and put your YouTube and everything below, so those that are not following you all will be able to follow you from this live. So far we have 65 people. So we thank everyone. You all are welcome. But let's just get started. So for me, for those that don't know, again, I'm Alisa Israel. I'm from Illinois by way of Mississippi and Michigan and New York and Vegas. I've been everywhere, Atlanta. But I'm in Ghana now. I've been in Ghana for 4 years. And initially, when I came here, I thought that I would be doing music. So I invested heavily in my music equipment. I'm talking about green screens and Pro Tools and MacBooks. And I just thought I was lit. Like, I'm about to go there and make so much music. But the Most High wanted me to know that this journey was his and not my own, and that he was the person that was going to lead me on this walk. I had been to the continent of Africa 15 years before coming here, so I knew about Ghana. So that was the only place that was in my mind was Ghana. And so I chose Ghana based off of how I felt when I came here with a study abroad program. Long story short, all my music equipment got stolen. I mean, everything. I was distraught. I mean, crying for weeks. Like, what am I going to do here? I thought this was my time to finally get my music out. Why would you bring me here just to destroy me like this? I was upset with the Most High. And so basically, he just kept reminding me, I'm in charge. This is my walk, my journey. So then I went to certify myself as a formulator. I started making beard oils, deodorants, body butters, bar soaps. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm doing good. I was at every market on Fridays. I was all over Accra, any festival, any event. I was renting the table and setting up my little shop. I had invested in my jars, my bottles, my labels, my little tablecloths, my tables and chairs. And so I thought, this is what I'm going to do. I can't believe I can make products. And I was getting great reviews, like people like, this deodorant actually works. Like, I've been having it on all day. I'm not musty. And oh my God, I love your bar soaps. And so I'm thinking again, this is what I'm about to be doing. And so the Most High made me get sick. And so I was kind of like bedridden for a couple weeks. And I thought, like, I need to make money. Like, how I got to get up and make these products. But again, he wanted a different journey, a different path for me. Construction was never in my mind. Selling land was never in my mind. But that's what he wanted me to do. And so I met with Kohain, and he helped me get me one plot of land. And then he literally told me, like, with your personality and the way you are, the way people like you and respect you, you would be great to get our people to invest in the Pan-African village. And so, long story short, he told me to put a small price on it because people were wasting my time. And so I'm only painting a picture of how the Most High wanted this to be his journey. So everything that we're going through with completing his journey, he also is going to make sure we get through it. He also have our back, and he also knows what's to come for us. And so everything that I'm going through, he knew I was going to go through. And so I eventually started doing consultations, selling land, Then I started doing construction for all my clients and things like that. So I'm the CEO of Ghana Consultations, and I've hired, close to 70 people. We got a little over 70 clients. So he's really, really given, me a big assignment. And at first I was so excited. I mean, I was just like, wow, I'm helping people come home. I'm letting people do, helping them do what I do. Then the ish hit the fan. Y'all know how black people are. So black people start stressing me. Can I get a refund? You said it was gonna be this. I started giving out refunds. I started, learning people's personalities. We start bumping heads. Like, okay, let me give you back your money. Send you on your way. And so the Most High started weeding out who wasn't right for the community. He started weeding out who was gonna stress me, who was gonna stress their neighbors. And it just started, it was this season of people coming and going, coming and going. And so, long story short, I caught a break and I started figuring out how to organize my clients to the T and how to organize my workers to the T and my staff to the T. I got favor with the chiefs and the kings, and I started to get respect as a female, businesswoman in Ghana who is the boss of like 70 men. That wasn't easy to get there. I skipped a lot of things to get to the point what I'm talking about now. And so I'm thinking, okay, I'm doing good. I got the respect. Everybody happy. Everybody making money. And then the ish hit the fan again. My people went on an entire hate train to collaborate to literally destroy my name, my business, my reputation, everything, all lies. Everything can be debunked. People I refunded a year ago is linking with people I just refunded 3 months ago. And they are saying how I'm such a horrible person and my attitude is bad and I mistreat my clients. I mean, all lies. I don't even know where it comes from. On top of my people getting on social media, I mean, they just blasted me on a platform with over 300,000 followers. Now, if I wasn't who I am, and if I wasn't whose I am, sorry.
Yeah, walk yourself through it. Take your time. Walk yourself through it.
If I didn't know who I was, and I didn't already know the plan the Most I had on my life, this could have destroyed me. But I had my T's crossed and I had my I's dotted. And I had the full support of all my clients, 70 people telling me, don't worry about it, sending me thousands of dollars the very next day, like, sis, put my wall up, if I didn't have my workers getting together to create a video and send it to me, madam, we love you. Thank you for helping us have sustainable work for 2+ years. We are feeding our families now. If I didn't have all of that together, and plus who I belong to, the Most High, this could have destroyed me from my own brother. There's comments happening under this platform right now of people who never met me before. It's like a Me Too movement. Me too, me too. She mistreated me too. People I've never met before in my life. And it's like, who are you? How are you saying Me Too? But everybody want to jump on this train of making it become reality, making it true. And so I fought through it, between my mentor, the Most High, my friend Judah. It was just like push through, like you're good. My clients constantly sending me long pages of letters telling me that they love me, they respect me, they appreciate me. It took everything in me to just keep going because let's be honest, I don't got to do this no more. My land good. My family land is good. My house is good. I don't have to do this work anymore. I've done enough in 2.5 years where if I wanted to sit down and let my clients embark on building themselves, they don't got to pay me. I could do that. But the Most High won't let me do that. I quit 1,000 times. And he just keep telling me, look, this ain't your work. These not your people. This not your journey. This not your walk. Stay focused, daughter. And so I'm staying focused. I'm consistently doing the work. They're consistently finding new ways to get me. Then you got the Chiefs now linking up with the ones who I've refunded to think they're going to get him some money. And he's lying on me now. And it's like between me and Kohain, we done been to courts. We didn't offer sheets. We done gave money. We done gave snaps, which is whiskey, to the chief. Just trying to follow the culture and keep the peace. All based on lies. They done told the whole world I don't pay my taxes. My accountant have to show up, say I paid my taxes. They done told the whole world I don't pay my SNP for the workers, which is like 401k or some sort here. I pay for all my workers' SNP. Like, all of it has no merit. It has no foundation. And that's what the Most High kept reminding me, like, dude, you have to stay focused. If you wasn't doing what you was doing, what you're doing, nobody would care. Nobody would be bashing you and coming up against you. And so I had to stay focused through all of this, and it's still going on. But I chose to just do the work that I'm doing, stay focused on my Abba, my father, my family, my workers, and my clients. Because to be honest, can't nobody touch me with a 10-foot pole. So they can keep making lies, they can keep trying to bash my name, but nothing is going to stop the work of the Most High. And so what gets me the most is that these are not only people that got all their money back, but this is people that are my people. So they know where I come from. They know the poverty-stricken area. They know police brutality. They know what I escaped to get to. They know what I escaped to get to where I am today. I tell my story all the time, how I heated up my house with the stove, how I had to put curtains on my windows sheets on my windows to make curtains. Like, I tell them that my mom was addicted to drugs for my entire adult life, how she stole my Christmas presents as a little girl, waking up thinking, oh my God, I'm about to open presents, and nah, your mama done gave it all the way out. There's nothing under the tree. This is like my story. So to get to the point where the Most High showed me that when I give it over to him, this is what he'll do for me. And my own people say, nah, you successful because you scamming people. You successful because you lying. You successful because you overcharging them for the land. You successful because you using your client's money to build your big old house. It's like, I just can't fathom how I would never be able to attack someone in this way. And then for another brother to see my success and give them a platform this big, 300,000 people to lie on me, but I can't get on his platform to tell the truth or to tell what's happening here in Ghana, the good things. They want to highlight Africa just being bad. So I wanted to create today because each one of you have different stories, different pathways to get to where the Most High wanted us to be today. And I want people to see how not only is it our own people attacking us, but when you're doing the work of the Most High and you're steadfast and you're focused and you're in alignment with the laws of Torah, man, the spiritual warfare ain't no joke. The agent of adversary that comes against you, we just can't fight it alone. We got to find a way to come together, share our stories with each other, encourage each other, and continue to push each other forward. And so that's why I individually picked all of y'all, because I learned y'all individual stories. And I wanted us to have a platform, not just mine. I want us to one day get on Tim's platform, one day get on Daniel's, one day get on Judah's platform. And I want us all to continue to tell our stories and highlight Africa in the way we see it. Because the rest of the world is doing a great job of highlighting Africa to be poor, to be bad, to be scamming, to be wrong. And we are here on the ground. We're not in America typing our fingers and hiding behind a keyboard. We're not on CNN site telling what we heard. We're here on the ground experiencing what Africa truly is, the paradise that it can be, the ups and the downs. And so that's why you all are here today. And that's pretty much like my story. I appreciate, you guys for listening in, but I'm going to end mine right there. So if there's any commentary, we'll take a quick second to do that.
Well, thank you so much, Alita, for sharing your testimony with all of us. Those are the listeners tuned in, and to those of us who are sharing the platform with you. Nothing more touching than a live testimony. Your openness, your transparency, I'm sure, opens up many more eyes. So thank you for that. And I'm sure we have comments coming from our audience related to what you just testified to.
Definitely. Anybody else have anything to say before we move on?
Yeah, a brother said something to me about a week ago. He was just talking about, it was just something simple. It was a simple sentence, which was, there's no testimony without a test. right? And so, especially in these last days, we are going to be not only tested, but we're going to be refined. And I believe that that's what the Most High is doing with many members of Israel, is that in these last days, he's starting to really separate the wheat from the tares. He's really starting to refine his elect. So I mean, honestly, we might as well kind of embrace the trials and the tribulations that are that we're being put through, and that are around the corner.
Thank you. That's so true. He's definitely separating the wheat from the tares. I appreciate your commentary. So we'll move right on to the next story so that we all are heard when it comes to the work we believe we're doing for the Most High and being attacked from our own people. So we're going to move to Daniel King. His YouTube is Life with the Kiings. I'll put it below so that you guys can subscribe to his channel. So Daniel, how you doing?
I'm well, sister. How are you? Shalom, everybody. Greetings.
Shalom.
I
Where
pray
are you
everybody.
calling
I'm from Ghana.
from?
I'm in Ghana. Me and my wife, Jarrell King. As you know, Life with the Kings. First of all praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High, Yahuwah, for everything that He is doing in each and every one of our lives. Everybody on this screen, I've seen it, and I know it to be true, despite the enemy. So all praises for that. But yeah, I'm Daniel King. It's my wife, Alondra King. You may know as Jarrell, but her name is actually Alondra King. We are Life with the Kings, and we came here about 4 years. Our story is very similar to yours, Alita. So just listening to your story, we can relate. So, our audience, I pray that you just see that our stories are similar. And I'll go briefly into it, but not as deep as you did. But we came here 4 years ago because the Most High told us to. We never ever been to Ghana before. I think I had come to Zimbabwe for for a brief time, but I'd never come to Ghana. But being obedient, we just came out here. We upped and left with our 3 children within 3 months. No problem. Within 3 months, and we left and came out here not knowing what we was gonna do. The Most High just told us to grab a tent and to move to Ghana. And we came out here, and within a year of, having a kind of holiday season, we eventually bought some land. In fact, we were, how can I put it? We were swindled out of some land. So we fell victim to actual real scammers out here, and learned what it's like to go down that route. Then we got onto our land and we went into our tent, and we was in a tent for a year. For us, it was a wilderness period. It was a rites of passage. It was the Most High breaking us down, building us up, and just really refining us, making me into a man. I'm 44 years old. When I came here, I was 40 years old. I didn't come here as a man, and I ain't ashamed to say that. I came here as a boy. But
Wow.
the Most High made me a man in that season. He made my woman, my wife, a woman in that season. And also, the refinement on our children gave them a better quality of life while we were in that tent within that year. While we were in that tent, we built up a great reputation within our community. And, we were known for being straight. They call me Jamaica in my area because, we're Jamaican. And they call us Jamaica, and we're known for being straight. They're like, Jamaica always pays his debts. Jamaica is straight. He's always, he's a real straight guy. And that's the kind of reputation we built up. We didn't really want to go on to YouTube, but the Most High was very straight about it and said, this is going to be your testimony. And you go on YouTube and it's for my glory. And that's the only reason why you see my wife on YouTube. Otherwise, she despises those kind of things. So we was on YouTube. We didn't know how we was gonna make money, even though we had a business in the UK selling natural products. The Most High was very clear and told us, kind of like an Abraham moment, and told us, sell it. And we were like, how would you mean sell it? If we sell it, that's our bread and butter. But he he was firm and said, sell it. So we sold it. Didn't know how we were going to make that money, but we sold it, and we were probably down to our last couple of £1,000. The workers that we were working with out here to build our home, they were dragging their feet. So I literally had to get out there by myself and lay down those first few bricks. Eventually, from the YouTube, kind of, kicking off and people really liking what we were showing, people started to come forward to us and ask us for land, and if we could, purchase land for them or lease land for them. And I started to do that in the areas that we were at. I asked the Most High, and you're going to hear me say a lot that I speak to the Most High. And a lot of people have said to us, oh, you're in a cult. How can you speak to the Most High like he don't speak to me? And I think there's a reason why, we hear the Most High and a lot of people don't. And I think is because of obedience. I think it's because of discipline and obedience and, the cleanliness and heart posture. So when I say, the Most High told me, I say that without, apology. So he told me anyway that you were going to help lead your people to freedom.
Wow.
And we, I didn't know how that was going to be, or, but I assumed it was going to be through us helping people from the diaspora come out here and buy land. And then he gave me a vision of Yehuda village. And he just said, well, before I left the UK, he gave me a smaller vision where he said, when you get to Ghana, you're going to acquire 250 acres of land. That's all he gave me. When we got here, he gave me the vision of Yehuda village and said, you need to create this village, and it looks like this. I went to see a piece of land, 60 acres. I thought it was Yehuda village, but it didn't look the same as he had shown me in the vision. Which is now Ruby Village. And then a few months later, I saw another piece of land, and that was exactly how he had shown me the vision. So we named it Yehuda Village, 50 acres, and we started to put out there, and never on a business tip. I know, sis, you came out here, you did Ghana consultations on a business. We were never trying to do it on a business vibe. We were doing it as helping our people. Simply that. We're just here to help our people and be obedient to what the Most High told us to do. So we started putting it out there. And I think what had happened was we was putting it out there, and I'm very blunt on my channel. I'm a very straight person. So I told people, if you ain't about the Most High, don't come to me. Don't come to me. I ain't speaking to you. I ain't talking to you. This is not for you. The village is called Yehuda village, Judah village. So it's very clear what we're trying to do. But I think people were coming to us, under the disguise of, all praises to the Most High, and, coming with whatever they were coming with to try and screechy onto the land that we were selling. And I kind of saw that. And because we saw that happen, we decided to separate the two villages, create Yehuda, which was a faith-based village, and Ruby village, which was kind of for everybody else. I didn't really want to turn people away because I know where we were in our journey before we came to Ghana. We were in the church, we were Christians. I know it's a journey that, I didn't want to turn people away because it may take you a month or 2 months for you to get to that place where, we're at today. So I didn't want to say, oh no, this is not for you. So we created Ruby Village. To cut a long story short, the impatience, Yehuda village, let me just go back. Yehuda village was, a breeze, easy. We got the paperwork from the Kiings, stamped, signed, sealed, and then we started to distribute the paperwork for each individual client. No problems. Remember, the Most High had given me that vision. He didn't give me the vision for Ruby. but we proceeded to give people land in Ruby Village. Same with a different chief this time. We pursued bringing people over and selling them land for Ruby. The impatience of our people is so sad because, and I believe, you know, if they were dealing with a corporation or if they were dealing with straight the white man or a Lebanese or a Chinese, they wouldn't deal with us this way. They would not. But because we are, you know, kinfolk, skin folk, you know, they assume that they have a perception that maybe we're not, you know, straight, or, you know, that crabs in a barrel kind of mentality. So it's not like, you know, we with Ruby, anything went wrong, even though we did have a dodgy chief and he was delaying and probably trying to run off with the money. But I tell people, when you pay me for your land, you're paying me not just for the land, but you're paying me to also make sure you receive that land. So any issues, we're going to overcome it because we've been through it. So we overcame it. We overcame it. But it took quite a while for us to do it and to get that paperwork. But within that time, the impatience of people, you know, they go to the extreme and all of a sudden you're a scammer. You are running away with our money, or they see us building our home, not knowing how we built our home, not knowing where we come from or where our finances come from. But they say, look at him building his land with our money.
Wow.
And it's like, if we're building our land with your money, then why is your land still there? It doesn't make any sense. Or, you know, they would say things like, we, you know, we're shopping, or just looking at our lifestyle a bit too deep, like counting our pockets, literally. I mean, we like nice things. That's just what it is. And yeah, and I think just, you know, I think it's deeper than, you know, just you know, bad-minded people. I think this runs deep within our people. I think it's an illness that our people have, a spirit, you know, that stems very deep through all the trauma that we have been through. And for us coming to Ghana, that was kind of to heal that trauma. And we have seen even some of our clients come through to Ghana and have healed that trauma, or been in the process of healing that trauma, so that you don't have that crabs in a barrel mentality no more, or you don't have that Western mentality no more, where it's, you know, I want it now, or where you are like your oppressors, that Stockholm syndrome. So you become white supremacy, even though your skin is not white. You have that white supremacy entitlement. So a lot of our customers that we deal with, I'm gonna just be straight, they remind me of the people that I left back in the UK, of the white people that I left back in the UK that have this, you know, entitlement. And then I see what they're saying about Alita. I see what they say about, you know, other people that are doing, because they come to me. A lot of the clients have come to me about Alita, about Zaylock, about many of you guys, and have mentioned your name and say, you should expose them because they robbed me of my money. I'm like, you know what Sally says about Sue says a lot about Sally, and also says a lot about you. So the fact that you're coming to me to expose somebody else shows me where you're at. And also, if you can say that about somebody else, then you can definitely say it about me. So when I'm saying to my wife, hey, they came and said this about Elite, or they said this about Zaylock to me, she's like, we can't believe that, because they're probably saying the exact same thing about us. And I just think I'm going to finish now and you can carry on, but I just want to say that what kind of scammer scams 1% of their customers and satisfies 99%?
Come on now.
What kind of scammer puts their self out on YouTube with their family? What kind of scammer can you come to Ghana and find them immediately? Immediately. Accra Mall, you can find us. Go to our place and say Jamaica, they'll take you right to my gate. What kind of scammer does that? If I want to find Alita, I know where to find her. If I don't want to find Judah, I know where I can find him. Do you know what I mean? What kind of scammer does that? But the spirit doesn't just want them to express themselves. Go and leave a review. Oh, I wasn't happy with her service. I didn't like his service. But that spirit of, what's the spirit? The spirit of just to destroy a reputation. To kill, steal, and destroy. Wants to tell people that you're a scammer so that nobody else will come to you, so that it will bring down your business.
Right.
They've had
prevent them from receiving their blessing through you.
Exactly. They don't understand that they are being blessed through Alita. They are being blessed through us. Is the Father is using us to bless you with land, and you can't even see your own blessings. And that's because of your heart posture. And I just think a lot of our people need to get right in this time. If this was 5-10 years ago, it might be different right now. But in this time, I just think the Most High is doing a new thing, and he's not playing with disobedience. He's not playing with disobedience. He's not ramping anymore. Like, it's time for us to really, and that's why I think it's so harsh, as in, you know, certain people won't get their land. Certain people have gone to my bank and shut down our finances from the bank and have tried to get refunds. And the Most High told my wife just the other day that those people won't receive their land. They're not meant to receive their land. So I could go on, but I don't want to take on all your time.
No, we definitely appreciate your story. And it's so similar that it's scary, from how he started you all to where you are now. It's like, dang, like I'm like literally teary-eyed, because it's like the Most High wants us to consistently know this is him. Like, you don't, God, let me fight your battle. Let me do this for you, because this is not a personal thing. This is a spiritual warfare. And so I appreciate y'all sharing that story. When y'all told me y'all had to go back home to the UK just to get your bank back open, it's like our people go too far. I'm like you. If you unhappy, shout to the world you're unhappy. Shout to the world you don't like my attitude. Shout to the world that he dismissed me. Don't try to say somebody then took your money and they didn't. Don't try to say that somebody is just an outright liar. She lies on her platform. Like, it's like, dudes, tell the truth and get your story out. But why do you have to destroy someone? Why you got to go so far to get somebody's money taken or frozen? A client did the same. A former client did the same thing to me, to go to the bank and try to get their refund themselves. Already in the process of giving the refund, it just takes time. If anybody know how money come from Ghana to America, or maybe Ghana to the UK, it's not easy. Like, they make you go back and forth. They tell you you reached your limit. And so I'm in the process of getting her refund and get a call saying, you know, hey, someone is they have sent a letter to say we should take these funds out of your account. Do you know this person? And I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to give them the refund. Y'all delaying me. Like, so I appreciate y'all.
Can I just say, sis? Can I just say also that you know, another thing that the Most High made very clear is that as leaders and as pioneers, we have to forgive. Forgiveness is a must. And as hard as it is, they have had me in police stations. They have had me doing all sorts. As hard as it is, we have to forgive. So right now, I'm a call you out. Go back to Africa, brother. I forgive you. Even before you outed Alita, I didn't like your work. I tell it how it is. I tell the truth. Brother, I forgive you, but you need to repent and seek the Most High. You really do, because you are an enemy of progress. You are an enemy of progress. And just because one person has a bad experience doesn't mean another person's experience is going to be the exact same. A lot of Ghanaians also, I'm going to call you out. They leech off the back of these people that want to bring us down because they want to make a quick buck. So I've had people in the Lands Commission. I have people in the police. I've had people in immigration give diasporans false information because they wanted to eat off of them. That's just how it runs here. And I ain't just getting down on Ghanaians. It happens in Jamaica too. So it ain't, you know, but here in Ghana, it is happening. It is happening. So I'm going to call it out. It needs to stop. The Lebanese are here building up skyscrapers left, right, and center. The Indians are here building up skyscrapers left, right, and center. And we can't even come together. We can't even come together to organize a little piece of land where we can all settle and live as one without getting down on each other. It's disgusting. It's a disgusting behavior, and the Most High ain't having it. I'm telling you, he's not having it. So I just encourage everybody to give out that forgiveness, but also those that are doing wrong to repent and seek the Most High.
Hallelujah. Thank you so much, Brother Daniel. We appreciate that story, that testimony, and that encouraging words as well. So we got about 3 minutes for some commentary on what Brother Daniel said. Anybody else? Anybody want to chime in before we move to Brother Tim? Okay, so we'll move to Tim Ford. So he is T3 and me. Thank you for being here. How you doing, Brother Tim?
So sis, my name is Tim Ford Jr. Like you just said, it's my beautiful wife, Mrs. Sioban Ford. We're here today, and yeah, thank you for having us, sis. We appreciate the opportunity.
You're welcome. Can you cut your volume up small? Let me hear you.
Mic check.
It kind of just sound a little distant. But yeah, we thank you so much, Daniel, for sharing your story. I hope that we're able to do more of this, you know, because they got plenty platforms for the negativity. Like, where's the platform where we can show what we're really doing here?
Can you hear me now, sis?
Yeah, I can hear you good now.
Okay, good. Well, yeah, like I said, thank you for having us. Like you said, my name is Tim Ford Jr. This is my beautiful wife, Mrs. Sioban Ford. And kind of like the Kiings, we started this journey 4 years ago. It started out, my wife, she actually had a dream one day. We was in the process of moving from our home in, we were in the process of looking for a new place to live in Nashville, Tennessee at the time. And when we went to go house hunting, it just felt uncomfortable. We were like, nah, this don't feel right. Like, we don't want to go to any place in their society over there and try to force ourselves to go and live amongst them people. We knew what could happen. We knew, like, anywhere we went, we would have to be tucking our black in, basically. So we were like, man, look, let's just pray about this and see where the Most High leads us. So we prayed about it, and like 2 days later, my wife had a dream, and she was like, hey, look, I had a dream. And in her dream, she heard the Most High tell her in her ear to go to Africa and pave the way. And she told me in the dream she saw the mountain of Kilimanjaro in her dream in the background. So when she told me that, it was literally a no-brainer. It was like, okay, yeah, that's it. This is where we need to go. Because we had initially been already watching videos. We had been watching, at the time, we was watching Kinganda. We were watching the Unapologetic Nomads. We were watching, what's the last one? African Superstar. Anybody want to mention? Yeah. We were watching a few different people, so we were gaining inspiration from them. So when she said it, I was like, yeah, that's it. Let's go. Let's go ahead and make this happen. I think so. When we made that decision that day, we booked a flight, I would say 3 weeks away. Yeah, about 3 weeks away from the date that we set. And we tried to sell everything we could out the house. We tried to sell it to different places on OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace. We took some things to Goodwill. We took some things to other stores that was in town, that thrift stores that bought things. And everything we couldn't sell, we just left it on the side of the road on the last day. And was like, yeah, it's time to go. So we didn't take anything with us. We dropped everything and we sold everything we could and made it happen. And before we came, we had already had, my wife is a licensed herbal practitioner and a student midwife. So she knows how to make all natural products. So we were at a farmer's market in Nashville selling our products every day. I was up there. I'm gifted at speaking and talking to people and influencing them to buy things. So I'm a salesman. I can't lie. So I was using my gift to help my wife sell her products. So we was doing that this whole time. And we were like, you know what? We can, no, and I had started doing YouTube. So we were like, bro, we can record our journey, help our people see what's going on in Africa, and open up our herbal store in Africa. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. Let's go. So we came over here, and you want to add something?
You want me to pick up? Or
Yeah,
you
go
want
ahead.
me to
Go ahead. You can pick up.
Okay. So we came in 2020 to Africa, and when we first got here, like you, Daniel,
and I'm sure everybody on the platform, we were like super excited, like naive as well. Like, oh, Black Power, like we all like coming together back in the motherland. Like, oh my gosh, like I'm like on cloud 9, like thinking like this is gonna be great. Like all of our problems are answered. We made it over here. I'm crying at the airport and everything like that. So you know, it started off good. You know, we started like going to like gatherings. Like we were invited to like a Shabbat gathering. That's when it all started. That's when everything like went downhill from there. Like it started at from the Shabbat gatherings. Like people were trying to like everybody wanted to like be a leader. So like people were like arguing about everything. You know, like should you wear head wraps? And I even had like one time I went to a Shabbat gathering and some lady like ran up to me and was like, "Where's your head covering?" Like I didn't even get in the door good, and like all this legalistic stuff and you know, just arguing about everything. Like when is the new moon? When is the Sabbath day? And you know, like don't go to this person's gathering. Come over here. It was just very childish, petty things. So it started off like that, and like those gatherings, those Sabbath gatherings, actually turned into like witchcraft sessions. In sessions where they would just like gossip and slander about whoever was the topic of the day. Usually it was somebody from YouTube, because there was like this big whole commotion of like the YouTube hate train. Oh, the YouTubers, like they're telling people to come to Africa, and they were just like blaming anything that happened with them. If they didn't fully prepare, if they didn't do their research, if they didn't understand the visa situation or anything, like they were just blaming it on YouTubers or somebody. So like the Sabbath gatherings turned into nonsense. It turned into a mess, you know, where people were like doing witchcraft and slandering and talking about people, and it just kind of like just spread from there. Like from the gatherings, it turned into just different things. And along our journey, so we opened up our I wound up opening up our herbal store, all praises to the Most High, in Dar es Salaam. And so the store started doing good. And there was even warfare with the store. Like I remember one person gave us, like donated to us $100 to help with the store. And then he was like going around the Dar es Salaam saying we scammed him because he gave us the money to open up our store and we didn't. And I was like, sir, you gave us $100 and I'm thankful for that, but you can't renovate a whole entire store with $100. Like we was able to probably buy like some buckets of paint or something, but he was making it seem like he gave us like thousands of dollars and we like took the money and like never opened up the store. So like we had planned to open up our store like in May, and I don't think we opened it up to like maybe like 6 months later, because at the time I was pregnant, I had just had my daughter, and so it was a lot of stuff going on. And so nobody wants to give you any grace. And I'm just like, and why are you so concerned about when we open up our store? It's our store, you know? So it was just, it started from there. And then during that time, the Most High spoke to us about opening up, doing the Eco Village, Zion Eco Village. I'll let you jump in from there.
And so with the Eco Village, and just to, you know, touch on what Daniel said a little bit too, just like you, brother, I came over here as a little boy. And I can admit that as a man now, like I didn't understand how to be a man. I didn't understand how to be a husband. I didn't understand how to lead. But being in this situation and being thrown to deal with these type of people have prepared me to be an awesome leader, an awesome man, an awesome husband, an awesome father, because I know it taught us how low people can get and where our people at. Like I didn't understand jealousy. I didn't understand hatred. I didn't understand backbiting because I didn't move like that. So I had to live it to see, okay, this is what this is. This is how I can pull people from it. Okay, this is what I need to say to help my brother get from that. So we experienced a lot of those things, and it actually taught us and helped us to learn and be better leaders. Yeah. But yeah, so with the Eco Village, we started the Eco Village, man. We came together with the plan was for us. We mentioned it to all of the people who were gathering in the Shabbat gatherings with us, because we thinking like everybody else. Oh, it's Shalom. We building a community. We made it to Africa. Let's go ahead and get this community together. Man, we set the meeting up, and people are saying, I don't trust anybody. Like they was bringing up distrust at the first meeting that we had.
Trying to usurp us from the beginning.
Man, we had. It's so sad, and you know, I talk about this on my platform a lot, and I have to keep touching on it because I'm learning that just because someone has gray hair, just because their age is older, that doesn't necessarily make them an elder. That doesn't necessarily make them someone that you should listen to and try to get wisdom from, because they 9 times out of 10 don't know what they're talking about, unfortunately. If they don't have fruit to show, they don't know what they're talking about. But we try to put people and help them get in position so that they can get some land together. And as we created the community, my wife and I were the founders of the community. We put everything together, and we decided that we didn't even label ourselves elders. Somebody called us elders of the community, and that literally broke everything up. They're like, how are you guys going to be called elders and I'm older? Like, we should be called elders. Like, what is this? What's going on with this? I'll let you carry on.
Yeah, so it's just been like a lot of stuff, and like we met like good elders. Like, don't get us wrong, like not every person, and you know the rabbi, he's an awesome elder, but there have been you know, a lot of situations where people, they can't get past the age.
Yeah.
Like they look at our age, they see we're young, and they feel like when they get here, it's time for them to take over. And I'm like, but hold on, but you was watching us. You said the Most High told you to come to us and help you. And now when you get here, you're acting a certain type of way. So it's just certain spirits started rising up in people. And with everything, like I had to learn too, like don't look at the person, look at the spirit operating behind them. Because it's easy to look at who's in front of you and get mad at them, and you want to say something to them, you want to, you know, get in your flesh, but you have to fight them in the spiritual realm. And that's what we learned a lot of that too. So like Daniel, we started Zion Eco Village, which is just for like Hebrews, and then we wound up branching off into like a Pan-African village, which is Diaspora Town. That also brought more warfare. The more stuff the Most High added to our plate, the greater the attacks became. People started going down to the police station because everything we do is like cut and dry. Like we have business you have to join, you have to sign contracts, you have to send in your paperwork to the government of Tanzania. Nothing is like some, you know, running the night type stuff. Everything is legal, you know. So people were getting upset at the contracts they signed, like, oh well, I don't want to do this part of the contract, but then you shouldn't have signed it when you know. So yeah, you know, and then people would try to go to the police and go to the cop. We had a police officer come to the Eco Village and try to fight him while he's with a client. Just all type of, like, anything you can think of, like they did. And it was just, it really saddened us, it hurt us, it angered us, because we were like, wow, like we're really here to help you. Like the Most High told us to come here to come and help you guys. Like if we were scamming and all this, what scammer lives where they scam? What, like, right. what this must be a new age scammer, because I've never heard of nobody, nothing like this. Yeah. We've been accused of trying to steal people's houses and all type of stuff. So we just heard it all. Of course, nothing that they've done has stuck or has took us down, because for one, like we're not scammers. Like, and number two, we have the Most High on our side. And so, you know, all of their plans have come to naught. And I think that's what infuriates these spirits even more. The more that they try and they see that they're not successful, they want to try harder. They want to gather up more people. They want to tell more lies. They want to do the most, some more, you know. So it's just very sad. But we had to realize, like, the type of people we're dealing with. And it was really sad for us because we come from nothing. Like, I come from a homeless, I was homeless in America. You know, like, we grew up, we were homeless on the streets. My mother was addicted to drugs, to alcohol. She was murdered when I was 6 years old, and I was raised by my aunt and uncle. So I didn't have no easy life. Same for him, you know, like he was raised in Memphis, Tennessee. That's the murder capital of America, you know, and he didn't have his parents all the way growing up. He had his mom and his dad, but they were separated. So neither one of us come from like silver spoon, or, you know, we really are here to help our people. Like, we in the trenches. Like, we really believe in what we're saying. Like, we really love our people. We really here to help our people. And people can see that. People, when the messengers of the Most High speak, people know. And so that was another thing that was irritating some of these demons, is that, because one of them actually said it. She was like, and people love them. Like, people love, when she was at the police station, she was like, people love them. So I have to try to sully them. She literally said that. She's like, I have to stand in the gap. And she would print out our any flyers, any events we would have. She would print them out and go to people. It's just demonic, very demonic. This person would show up in my dreams and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, the activity is just very demonic.
Say that again.
The woman that's doing this American woman.
No, unfortunately,
they're Americans and Jamaican.
Yeah. But what we've learned is honestly, like, this is the root of this that we keep dealing with from each individual is jealousy. Like it's the spirit of jealousy. That's all it is. And envy, yeah. Because now, like I said, when we experienced it, I can see it in their eyes now. Now when I meet people, it's like, okay, now I know I can't get past this conversation with you. I give you all the information you need. But as far as that, nah, bro, we can't do nothing else because I just see it. It's oozing out of people now. So now we're able to pinpoint it and look it and smell it and let people know, like, nah, this is not what we're gonna do. So, like, just like all you guys on this call, we straight shooters. We keep it real. I don't have time to sugarcoat it because, like my wife just said, we are really in the trenches, and I've sacrificed too much from my family. Like my son and my daughter, like we take too much time away from them for people to keep disrespecting our time and playing with us like we're not serious about what we're doing. So like I used to feel bad for being hard on people, but now I know, like, bro, if you don't be hard, if you don't set that tone, they gonna disrespect you and run all over you. So I know now, like, it taught us to be better. It taught us to be stronger. It gave us the strength to stay together as a married couple. It gave us the strength to stay together and stay in this fight and trust the vision that the Most High gave us. Because just like Judah said, you can't have a testimony without a test. And me and this woman, we dedicated against straight A's. We gonna fight through everything together. We gonna look the demons in their face and let them know we still here. We gonna keep pushing. So that's why we was grateful to be able to come on this platform and be able to talk to you, because I'm gonna be honest, Alita, I was introduced to you through gossip. Somebody came on tour. Man, came on tour and was like, hey, I don't know how to the leader girl. I'm like, who's the leader? Like, he's like, I don't know how she's doing that.
On the other side of the continent.
Look, I don't know what she's doing. She by herself. How is she able to do all that? I'm like, wow, who's the leader? Let me look into a leader. Let me see what's going on. And I'm seeing what you're doing. I'm like, oh, sis got it going on. Let me say something about her in my TED talk, because I know what she's doing. I know what's going on. So that's why, you know, I was grateful that you hit us up and was like, let's have this conversation so we can shine a light on how stupid some people be acting. Let's just call it what it is. Some people come over acting stupid, like children. They acting like they're younger than my 4-year-old son, unfortunately. And so we're here to shine light on it. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, and I know our time is up. I just wanted to read a scripture that kind of speaks to this. And I just want to say one last thing as well, is that throughout all of this, it taught us patience, and it increased our discernment. And that's one thing you need in these end days. You need that discernment and faith. And as long as you have that, like, everything else doesn't matter. Everything is possible with the Most High. And the scripture I want to read is Luke 20, verse 1, and Luke 20, verse 20. And in Luke 20, verse 1, it says, and it came to pass that on one of those days, as he taught the people in the temple and preached the gospel, the chief priests and the scribes came upon him with the elders. And they watched him and sent forth spies, which should feign themselves just men, that they might take hold of his words, that so they might deliver him unto the power and authority of the governor. And I just have to remind myself that we are no greater than Christ. We have to also suffer with Christ. We have to also take up our cross and bear it. And the same obstacles and circumstances he had to deal with, we're dealing with now as well in today. And so I just take delight in knowing that my suffering, I will also be reigning with him as well. So all praises.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in. That's crazy. Like, I appreciate Tim and Daniel for y'all just shutting it down. Like, I gotta be scamming because I'm successful. Like, and how is she doing all this? I don't know. I ain't never did this before. Like, I ain't go to no school. I don't know. This is the walk of the Most High. I keep quitting. I keep saying, dude, I'm tired of these folks. Like y'all said, like I can do some other things now. I've been here for years. I see some other avenues I can take. I don't gotta do this no more. But the Most High said, you are doing my work. Stop acting like this you. This is not you. This is not your people. None of that. And then another thing I'm noticing is when he say he will link you with like minds, that's one point. When he say there's a remnant of the remnant and an elite of the remnant, I feel like all of our stories are literally the same. Like we all thought we was about to do one thing, and it has to do with a lot of natural products. Like all of us was like, look, we can make these products. We about to be owned. I can't believe I make bar soaps. I got a little beard oil. People smelling themselves like, girl, your deodorant work. Like, wow. Like this is not our journey, y'all, and it's also not our fight. So I'm talking to myself because I'm from the hood. I'm from the projects. You don't just play in my face and think I'ma shut up. Ain't no turn the other cheek. I'm learning. Like, so I ain't about to like keep on. I think who was it? Tim had a shirt on. The shirt said, I'm humble, but I ain't no hoe. Is that right? Is that what it said, Tim? I was like, oh, like I'm not trying to be a fighter. I'm not trying to be a Jezebel. I'm not trying to be independent and dominant. Like I'm just telling y'all, I'm a product of where I come from, and the Most High still working on me. So some of y'all that's talking about our attitudes and things like that, we've been put in this position for a reason. It's because we have to learn. We have to know how to handle you. Everybody can't handle our people. Our people is some type of people, and he needed a Tim, a Daniel, a Judah, a Rabbi. He needed an Alisa to deal with y'all. Like, so no, we not softening up. We not backing up. None of that. Like, we want to be righteous. We want to be humble and upright in our doings. But if you play in my face, I'm going to let you know about yourself in the best way that I can. Now, me letting me know about yourself, I'm easing up a little bit. I'm learning to come down a little bit. But come on, y'all. I'm human. And the Most High still working on me. I don't know how I'm doing all this. Tim and his wife, they don't know how they're doing it. They're moving by the Spirit. We're trying to be obedient. And you niggas is making it hard like it. So look, we're gonna move right along because you already know I'll be going off into rant. So just give us a quick 3 minutes. Anybody want to have some commentary on what Tim and his wife said?
Can I add something to that? I think people have the perception that, oh, they come over and they say all praises to the Most High, and they have the perception that, we are in circles singing Kumbaya and we're very soft, and, people have and weak. Yeah, and we are weak. But people have recorded me giving it to them, not being rude, but being very straight. And they've recorded me and have sent it around saying, look at Mr. King. Look, this is what he's really like. And people have come back to me and say, brother, you didn't say nothing but the truth. You ain't said nothing but the truth. And people do not like the truth. The Most High has put us in this position because we're warriors. And I think the people that come to us they didn't get the memo that we're actual warriors. We're not around here singing Kumbaya, dancing in circles, like a regular church Christian goer. Like, it's not that. Like, we are chosen for this position because of our heart, because of who we are, because we ain't gonna take, because of the Holy Spirit fire that lies inside of us. It's fire. Fire ain't nice. Like, long gone are the days, he ain't washing away nobody no more. He already gave us the promise and said he ain't purifying by water anymore. He's going to purify by fire. And that is why you have the likes of Tim. That is why you have the likes of the Rabbi and Alita and Judah, because we come with that fire and we ain't going back down. No matter what you say about my family, no matter what you say on YouTube, bring it, because the Most High stands behind us. Let me know who can conquer that, who can overcome that. I'll wait.
Yeah, and I think it was the prophet Nehemiah who was like, look, if y'all keep coming over here, I'm gonna lay hands on y'all. You know what I'm saying? Not saying we're gonna start beating up people, but I'm gonna lay spiritual hands on you. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like, stop trying to think everybody's to be played with. Stop that.
And a lot of people don't know our Father. They don't know the Father. Yeah, they don't know the Father. A lot of people are stuck on the New Testament and they get rid of the Old Testament, but they don't know our Father. They think like he is love. He is love, but he is truth. He is righteous. He is just. He is merciful, but and he is vengeful. Play with him. Play with him. I mean, just read the scriptures to see for yourself. but
They don't
you
read
know,
their Bible.
they don't read. So
No, that's the problem. They ain't trying to read the scriptures. They regurgitating what the pastor done said, and he only went through one scripture, and the rest was opinion. But we that's a whole other conversation. They don't want the Israelites to come out of us. They just want to hear our stories, y'all. Like, so we're gonna move on to Mr. Judah. We definitely want to hear from you. Let me put your information up here. What's up, Judah? How you doing, my brother?
What up, though? Man, I'm feeling good like a Hebrew should.
Yeah, period.
You know what I mean? But yeah, man. So shalom to everybody. You know what? All of your stories are familiar and disappointing. Because you know, I know how it feels to be so pumped up and just so geeked to leave Babylon, and you know, you the Most High uproots you from, you know, everything that you know, everything you're familiar with, and then replants you back here in the motherland, and you be so pumped up about it, and then reality starts setting in. You know, after a while, reality starts setting in, and the realness comes out, and then it starts to for me, and not just for me, for a lot of people, but for me, it just gets disappointing to see how we've been like interacting with each other. You know what I'm saying? How the diaspora interacts with each other in a negative way. Of course, it's not all negative, but it's the negative part that really just is just really sad. You know what I'm saying? I've seen old ladies get into fights, like 60 some years old, put each other in the hospital. You know, I'm like, wow, like this is crazy. I've seen a lot, you know, in my I think next week it'll be 3 years for me being here in Ghana. And so I've seen how the diaspora has been positively and negatively treated by you know, local folks. You know, you might be in a situation where you know you're trying to do something positive, and then you know, just whatever it is, the government or just the local community or whatever, just kind of bucking up against you. I've heard a lot of different stories about that. You know, there's over 10,000 members of the diaspora here in Ghana alone. And one thing that I realize is that, man, you know what? We are just as scattered, just as separated as we are in Babylon. The unification, you would think like, oh man, you know, I'm back in Africa and stuff. Man, that unification, it just don't exist. It is not here. Just like it ain't at home, it's not here either. And that's sad, man. That like you would think that we would come together and we don't. You know what I mean? I actually started Jerk Soul, which is a fusion restaurant. It's a fusion of Caribbean and soul food, hence the name Jerk Soul. I started in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, South Side, and you know, it was an amazing journey. I used to live in the Caribbean. I used to live in St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands for a little while. And, you know, I thought that I'd be starting my business there, but I went through 2 Category 5 hurricanes back to back, which swept me back to the States. And when I got back to the States, I ended up in St. Louis. And so my third day of being in St. Louis, I found my first location of Jerk Soul. And right off the bat, instant success. You know, line wrapped around the building almost on a daily basis. And so, you know, 3 years go by and I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I want to leave. I want to get out of America, you know, because, you know, I'm someone who's always watching economics. I'm always watching the status of the dollar. I'm always watching international relationships, the status or the relationships that America has with other superpowers and how they feel about America. I'm always watching our people, that's my number one passion is the Negro, you know, and well, my number one is the Most High, and then number two is His people. But you know, even though I love us so much, man, like we just at the end of the day, we have a lot of mental problems, right? And that's just what it is. Everything that I listen to all of y'all say today, you know, that's the thing that's running through my mind is we're sick. We're so sick in the head. It's not even funny. After 400 years of chattel slavery and oppression, you know, that really does something to you, man. It really messes you up in a lot of different ways. And so guess what, y'all? That don't stop just by coming to Africa. That's one thing I realized. And that don't stop just learning that you are Israel, learning what your true nationality is. It don't just go away like that. You know what I'm saying? It came gradually. It came over centuries upon centuries upon centuries. It just don't go away like that. You know? And a lot of us, you know, just came into the truth over the last from now to 10 years, except Rabbi been in the truth probably his whole life. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, Rabbi. How long you been in the truth? Rabbi, how long you been in the truth?
Oh, hold on. Let me unmute you.
51 years.
51 years. That's amazing. Wow, that's amazing. You know, yeah. And look, man, we gotta like create space for each other. And what I mean by that is like we gotta give each other some grace because we are effed up in the head, like period, point blank. And so just like the brother said, we gotta forgive each other. You know what I mean? When a Ghanaian does something that I think is not wise or clearly is trying to use me, and it's clear to me, I always now I might not react the way that I should immediately, but later I always tell myself like, bro, you know, you gotta give that person a little bit of grace. Why? Because of what they've been through, you know. And it's the same thing with you know, us from the diaspora. You know, when we deal with each other and you know we despitefully use each other, guess what? I gotta remember, like, I gotta give that person a little bit of grace because I know you. I might not know you personally, but we've been through the same stuff. You know what I'm saying? As a nation, we've been through the same stuff. And so we have to give each other grace, and we don't do that. We forget about that. We forget about all of the trauma. And I'm talking about untreated trauma. Like you know, it's
Untreated trauma.
unfortunate. That's exactly what it is. It's unfortunate because you know, me personally, I don't know what nobody else think, but I don't think that that's going to stop until the Most High regathers us. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? It's gonna stay just how it is. It ain't never gonna get better. It's been getting worse. Year after year, we're going backward as a nation. I don't care what country you come from. If you are Israelite and you're in, I mean, if you're a Negro and if you're in whatever country you're in, if you look at those countries, they are not progressing. They're going backward as a people. They're at the bottom as a people. I mean, I've only been on the earth for 40 something years. I've seen us be at the bottom in America. Then a ton of Mexicans might move into the States, and I've seen them rise above us. You see all of these other nationalities that was not here before. The Indians, they've rose above us. The Arabs, they've rose above us. The Chinese, they've rose above us. You know, and they came much, much later. We've been over here for centuries. I mean, over there for centuries, you know. And it's like, wow, man, you know, those that strong delusion that the Most High has a lot of people, a lot of his people in, those curses that, you know, that dark cloud that's over Israel, man. You know, you would think that after all this time, man, especially in these last days, that that we would start to come together, but it hasn't happened. And I just came to the realization, especially being over here and being so gun ho. Yeah, I'm back at home. We're gonna unify things good. It's a lot of us here. Man, I just 6 months ago, I had a award ceremony that I put together for the diaspora. You know, because why? Because I've met, like, me being here and having the largest African American owned restaurant in the country. The diaspora comes to the restaurant, and of course, they want to check it out. Tours from the States, tours from the UK, tours from the islands. They stop at Jerk Soul. They want to come check it out, right? And so because of that, I've met like a lot of us, and I've known some of the projects that we have going on. And so because of that, I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna do something for us. Like, we need something just to encourage each other. You know what I'm saying? And so I said, all right, cool. I'm gonna just have an award ceremony where I was gonna honor about 30 different members of the diaspora and really just let them know, hey, we salute you. We see you. We see the hard work that you're putting in. Keep going. Because we need that, right? We need that. Do y'all need that?
Yeah, definitely.
Or is it just me? Okay.
No, I need
Man, look, we all going through the same thing. And so, all right, cool. I'm gonna put this together. I spent my own money, you know what I'm saying? I put it to and I totally could have took that money and started a whole another restaurant, another location, because that's what I was gonna do. You know what I mean? But I invested that money in our people. You know what I'm saying? And so the night went extremely well. We got a chance to honor Rabbi. We got a chance to honor Alisa and a host of others. And so it was an amazing night. But behind the scenes, guess what? Niggas was acting like niggas. I'm talking about so petty, like treating my team like crap, talking to them bad, like, you know, people like I want this seat right here. We like, hey, actually, these seats right here are reserved for the honorees. I don't care, and I'm not moving. Man, they was acting crazy, man. I was like, you niggas is crazy. And man, for real, even some of man, look, even some of the honorees didn't even show up. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, bro, ain't nobody else gonna show you no love, bro. You in town, why wouldn't you show up? You said you're gonna show up and you didn't. Like, Negroes trip me out, but we gotta vibrate higher than most people, right? Especially if you're a member of the elect, you have to vibrate higher than most people. You got to understand who you dealing with. You got to understand what time we in, and you got to understand how to navigate this life that the Most High has us living right now. You special. Everybody didn't pluck everybody up out of Babylon and bring them over here ahead of the second Exodus. There's a reason why. There's a reason why you personally were chosen to be over here in the motherland doing something special. You actually preparing for the rest of them to come. You actually preparing and paving a way. And so, I just want to say, we really just got to be cognizant spiritually and mentally of the job the Most High has us right now. He has us on a certain road, and that's going to require a lot of patience. You know how much patience Moses had to deal with these niggas? A ton. And when I hear stories when I hear y'all's stories, all I think about is Moses and what he had to go through. I couldn't do it. He a better man than me. Man. But
he asked the Most High to kill him, bro.
Yeah, didn't he? He was like, he asked the Most High to kill him. Like,
I wouldn't even ask. I would have been out there trying to hurt one of these. You know what I'm saying? But man, no, seriously.
It's a think he missed the promised land because of niggas. Like the Most High didn't even.
We're not trying to miss the king. I ain't gonna miss the king. I love them with all my heart. I cry for them.
I didn't even see that. Like,
you're not gonna treat me. You're not going to appreciate. Especially with my business, I appreciate anybody that walks through, and I'm going to treat you well. But you know what? Give me a little bit. I just started this over here. Right. This has been going on for 5-6 years. Started over here. This is different doing the States. So give a little bit of grace. Man, people they just get to, and you know how at home. I'm gonna land my plane in a second because I don't want to keep going on. But at home, let's say I'll say it like this: at the crib, we love to jump on. It ain't like over here so much, but at the crib, we love to jump online and badmouth an establishment until that thing got to close down. We love to tear each other down, man. We do that stuff. People trip me out. If I had a bad experience at a store, guess what? I want you to do better. So I'm gonna actually come straight to you or manager or whatever and let y'all know what happened. I'm not finna, especially if you black owned, I'm not finna get online and be like blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
What? You hate yourself. Like, so man, at the end of the day, we really gotta vibrate higher. We gotta rise above the negativity. We gotta understand this path that the Most High has us on. And let's keep going moving forward, y'all. Hey, redemption is near.
Yeah.
Man.
Thank you, Judah. We
Redemption is near. So hang in there, keep going, get healthy, get in the gym, eat right, get your sleep, drink water. You feel me? And don't stress about these niggas.
All right, we about.
Amen.
Anybody got any commentary on anything Judah said? We got about 3 minutes before we gotta let Rabbi end it. Anybody have anything to say? King.
Yeah, I'll say something.
Daniel,
So
I
I
didn't
will.
even see you was saying
Okay.
the same post when I was saying it. You was typing it. I'm like, I didn't even see that, but yeah. Sorry, Tim. What you say?
It's okay. I just wanted to touch on what Judah said, and I got a small testimony about the forgiveness. Two people, like two people amongst the stories they we just gave y'all. Like one was a man and one was a woman, and the woman actually circled back around, and she came and apologized to me because she literally was like, "Brother, look. I was in a different mental state. I didn't understand where I was at. You guys extended the olive branch to me. Y'all were nice, and I was she said hormones. She said she took tests and everything, and she started looking at the test results and started realizing what she was dealing with. She was like, I had so much going on, brother. I didn't even know any better. I'm so sorry. And so they do come around and circle the block and apologize. So yeah, we do have to have a little bit of patience and forgiveness when we deal with them.
It's just unfortunate that they, like, after they apologize, they've already done, they've already slandered you, right? They've already, but like you say, like, you have to, if your brother comes to you and repent, you have to forgive them, even if they do it 7 times.
Right, exactly. 70 times 70, man. But yeah, so everybody, we appreciate all y'all stories. I want to allow my mentor and my leader to come in and talk and give us some of his story, but also give us a little commentary on our stories. Because if anybody got some advice for us, it's this man. It is not because he got white hair. It's not because he's 70. It's not any of that. He's been through the trenches with our people. He has been through it like for a long time, and he's been a guy for 35 years. He just made 70 years in December, so yay! We appreciate that because he looks nothing like
Brother, you look like you about 40.
Exactly. Like somebody just commented, I love Rabbi swag. That means a lot to our people. Yeah. So Rabbi, I'll let you have the floor. Thank you for being here.
Thanks and praise to the Most High.
Okay, go ahead.
I said, first of all, giving all thanks and praise to the Most High for his enduring love for us as a people. Because truly, according to all the testimonies that we have given in and of ourselves, the Most High has been patient with us long and far beyond any of the years we can put together. And we've certainly offended him more than any of us have been offended by working with our people. It's a pleasure hearing all of you and your testimonies. And let me say, Judah, since your beard is the most pronounced, I came here with my beard as black as yours, and fuller. Actually, I came to live here at 40 years old. My first trip was at 33. I started off with a trip to Israel in 1986, of which 16 of us, I led a group of 16, and we were denied entry because of what was going on with our brothers and sisters in Dimona. I wasn't going to join up with them, but I was going to check on them because I knew they were going through trials and tribulations. And so we were denied, but I kept the fight up. We went and brought that fight to another level amongst our people in the U.S., and I returned in 1987. And that was after a serious fight with the Israeli government and the exposing them for the prejudices against all Hebrews of color. It was through that struggle that we got the first project of Operation Moses and Operation Solomon, getting our Ethiopian brothers airlifted into Israel as a way of saying a camouflage to say they weren't prejudiced just to not to have to deal with us. But I got a 5-day leave. We're not supposed to have a visa if you have a U.S. passport to go to Israel. But because they were staunch against not letting us come in there, they only gave me 5 days. So I spent 5 days in Israel, 3 days in Jordan, and 10 days in Egypt. And ironically, or blessedly, it was 7 months after that trip to Israel in '87 that I made my first pilgrimage to Ghana. And when I came into Ghana, it was there that the Spirit of the Most High came upon me, that this was a place that we were to do a work until the Most High finished his work in the real land that our forefathers were taken from. And so from 1987, I have been dealing with Ghana, and it was finally in 1994 that I made my move and transitioned here to Ghana. So all the experiences that all of you have spoken of, I certainly can share in it. The bad news is that it doesn't end because I'm still going through it. The good news is I don't regret any of it, because I cannot think that I can be greater than any of those who've been anointed of the Most High, than any of the prophets that he has called. Brother Judah and my brothers who spoke before me, you made mention of what the prophets have gone through before. And you just made mention that even in this past week's Torah lesson, we heard Moses saying, have I given birth to all these people that I'm saddled with this burden? Can I suck them all at my breast? And so in that respect, it hasn't been easy for a single prophet in the land that have been sent on the mission from the Most High. And that's why the Pacific stories that have been chosen to be a part of our Holy Scripture were chosen for those of us in this day to be inspired. Because if we just looked at the workings on the land, we would actually faint at the stories and at the description of what we see on our people. And this is why Ezekiel, when the Most High asked him, can these bones live? Ezekiel, as powerful a prophet as he was, saying, Jehovah, only thou knowest. I can't see. I just can't imagine this valley of dry bones living and coming together and being pulled up out of this valley. And even with that, when the Most High began to show his prophet how he would do it, it was in phases. And in those phases, we see first the bones had to be joined to each other. Then we had to have sinew put in those bones. And then we had to have flesh put on those bones. And then we had to have the Spirit of the Most High, the breath blown into those bones before those bones could actually live. And so we see how Yeshua was crucified, literally. You know, how we see Elijah himself begged that the Most High would take him because he felt that all the prophets of the Most High had been killed. And you would say, how can these men of God be overcome by a witch? You know, Jezebel. How can the righteous be overcome by the wicked? But if those things had not been done, the word of the Most High could not be fulfilled. The testimony of the Most High could not be filled. And then where would our inspiration come from in this day? I've been dealing with our people coming from the diaspora. I've dealt with our people on the land here. And you have good and bad stories. You know, we have some of our own people have not done us well. And I know the advice you also spoke to, Judah, that we must have to learn how to forgive our brothers and sisters. That is not only for their sake, but for our own sake too, because we cannot hold grudges and be healthy and continue to do this work. So for our own health of mind and our own vibrancy of spirit, we must learn how to forgive one another. Because when Moses first got the message to go back to Egypt to deliver our people, his first message, the people couldn't hear it. And what was his quote to the Most High? He said, the people's ears have become dull because of oppression. And 400 or 500 years is no joke to be downtrodden. And we didn't get this way overnight. We didn't become a valley of dry bones overnight. And so it's not going to be overnight that we can reclaim our heritage, reclaim our mind, reclaim our courage, reclaim our confidence in one another as a people. And then we must remember that we always have plants amongst us. We have the Dathans and the Abrams amongst us, those who would always try to stir up the people and stir up the doubt and stir up, the minds of the people, that even the Most High is not able to save us. That's what it boils down to. We have millions, we have hundreds of thousands of conspiracy hours that have gone into making sure that we, Israel, will never come back into existence again. And these are real forces. They're not just spirits. The spirits have taken on bodies. They've taken on minds. They've taken on action. They are in action. They're not in meditation. So the fact that they're in action and not in meditation, that means we have a real adversary. And we must be more serious about taking on the mission that the Most High has blessed us with and anointed us with to be able to be victorious in this struggle. We can't be half-minded, because the people who work for the adversary are fully committed to the world that they have created and they want to maintain. And our job is to tear down the pillars of this world. That's what our very existence represents, and to create the world that the Most High has built us up to be, that we're conduits of. It's not our worlds that we're building. We just want to remain in tune enough with the Most High and his vision that we are conduits of the vision that he has for the kingdom of Yah to come into manifestation. We can't own it. It doesn't belong to any of us, but we can be a part of it because we can fulfill his mission. And so it only fire can prove gold. It is everything shining is not gold. There's some elements that look better than gold, but it's not gold. And only fire can try gold, and only pressure can produce a diamond. And we can't want to be in that class of the elite of the Most High and not be tested and not be refined through fire. We're not going to be refined through our imagination. We're going to be refined through fire. And that fire is the experiences that we all have and coming through working with our people. So it is in that respect that I came here. I had the vision of Bereshith Hashuva. Bereshith Hashuva was the beginning of the return. Hashuva means the return. And it doesn't mean the return just to get an airplane ticket and land at Kotoka International Airport in Accra or the London, Tanzania or Addis Ababa. It means us returning to the Most High, us returning spiritually to what we went away from and why we were being punished in the first place. And so when we return back to the center of our own soul, which is the Most High, because we are made in his image and likeness, the law is in us. Those 613 laws, commandments, and statutes and judgments are what we are made of. 248 positive precepts and 365 negative precepts make up our whole being. So when we're in conflict with the law of God, we're in conflict with ourselves. And that's what we see manifesting amongst our people. And you know, one of the biggest problems we had when we left Egypt with a mixed multitude. And it's the mixed multitude that got us confused about looking back into Egypt, wishing that we had onions and leeks and garlic and fish more than salvation and more than righteousness and more than the promised land. So we know that when we came out of Exodus, that was supposed to be freedom. But look at the 40 years that followed freedom. Look at the 40 years in the wilderness. Look at the most challenging period that Moshe had was after he saved our people from captivity. And we realized that that whole generation perished except the two witnesses. So if we're on the land and the Most High has given us a mission to try to fulfill his vision of what he has planned to pull his people out of Babylon, then the only fortitude that we have is to lean on the strength of the Most High to give us the strength to bear out the mission that he's put us on. When generals plan war, you know, to go against another nation, they have to pull upon their nation or whoever their government is to make sure they got the supplies for that war so their troops can be sustained on the field. And the Most High has commissioned us. So we only have to ask the Most High to give us what we need, and patience and fortitude and faith and endurance, which is our weapons to be able to be at war with the adversary to free our people, that our people will be free. And that we deal with these land issues over here. We deal with business issues over here, because all of our people have been in captivity, not just those of us who have traveled in the diaspora. I remind our brothers and sisters on the continent. I gave a lecture to about 40 students of Kenyans last week here in Ghana, and they were quick to say, you know, that, well, you know, we weren't in West Africa, so we didn't suffer slavery. And they felt sorry for me because my ancestors have been carried into slavery. I said, no, you don't say that, because colonialism was neo-slavery. They only cut down their budget. They stopped chasing us through the wilderness. They stopped catching us and they stopped marching us down to the wilderness and putting us in dungeons and putting us in the middle passage, because that started to cost them money, because they were losing capital, because they made us commodities. And they decided with the Berlin Conference, we can enslave the whole continent and all the people in it without moving them and transporting them. And we can own all the riches on the land. So we don't have to tell them they're slaves, and we don't have to tell them they're in slavery. We just call it colonialism, some obscure terminology, and we accomplish the same thing. So our minds have been traumatized. We are not ourselves, and that's why the reclamation, reclaiming our mind, is the first step. But to reclaim it is just a proclamation. The actual redemption is in a process, and the process takes time. So I've seen people call me all kinds of names. People don't know. When I came here, I sent my money to build my whole house in 1994 to completion. And I came here and found half a house built. And the money I came here with was to finish, was to start my business so that I can have a livelihood while I was here. And I had to use that money to try to put myself in my house. And I had to complete my house with only 2 rooms ready out of 5 rooms. I had no windows in it. I only put up mosquito screens. And I decided that I'm going to work from within to do what I have to do, but I'm not going to fail, because the Most High would not send me here to fail. If Moses had to leave all the riches that he enjoyed in the big house in Egypt and go to the wilderness and be taken in by Yethro, a Midianite, and forget and have taken away all those comforts of luxury so the Most High can refashion him. He was already a leader in Egypt. He already came from a royal family, but not in the fashion and the manner that the Most High could use him for this great redemption of a whole people. So my plan, I thought, was solid when I came here. I thought I had solid vision when I came here. I was already leading a people when I came here. But the Most High said, this work is different, and I got to prepare you as a special agent. I got to prepare you as part of another level and caliber of work that I have prepared for you. And so everything I had was stripped from me, and I had no security. My only security was the faith that I was here with the Most High, and the Most High would not let me down and let me be here on my own. So sometimes people see me, after 32 years of living here, and they might see me in a relaxed position, enjoying a little bit, even though I'm under a constant, barrage and criticism for things that people haven't taken the time to examine. They will just think that I've always had it easy, and I came here prepared, because they haven't really sat down close to me to hear my own testimony and what Yah has done for me, what the Most High has done, to put me where I am. So I don't fear man in the sense of realizing that these people's criticisms or their opinion of me can affect me unless I allow it. And I don't allow it because my source is the Most High. That's my strength. No man's support could give me what I needed to be here to sustain myself. It's only the Most High. And when I get support from other people, it's because the Most High has sent them to me, and I know they're faithful. Some of the closest people that I trust in have disappointed me, and the least people that I've never thought would be the ones that help me have helped me. But again, my inspiration continues to be the Most High and what he has done. So for all of you, no matter what the Most High has allowed to be your course, no matter what people have done to maybe not appreciate how you have helped them, keep your eyes on the Most High. Don't waver. Don't veer left or right. That has been the marching orders and the assignment of all of our leaders before us. My first year here, after about 13 months, one of the brothers who came to visit me, he was a member of our brothers and sisters from Dimona. He came through New York, where I'm originally from, Mount Vernon, New York. I'm part of the whole Hebrew community in the New York area. I visited so many Hebrew Israelites throughout the U.S. in my early years before coming here. And he said to me that when I was in New York, the brothers had a message for you. And they said, please ask Kohain, when is he coming back? Because he was one of our strong voices, one of our strong leaders. And he just left us and came to Ghana and, just left us out here. When is he coming back? He was one of our leaders. I said, you go back and tell them that I am still one of their leaders. They're just not following. I've come to prepare a place where they can be. And I'm coming to set an example of what they can follow. So don't question my leadership, question their own fellowship and commitment to the Most High. They cannot lean on Babylon and the Most High at the same time. They cannot be calling for the downfall of Babylon, and then that is your life jacket that you're wearing. You cannot use the excuse that what am I going to do in Africa when you don't know what you're doing in America and any other place that we're scattered to in the diaspora.
Exactly.
Don't tell me that. I said, what kind of people, what kind of mind would you have when you're praying for the downfall of Babylon and you don't have a lifeboat and you on that ship? You don't have a life jacket and you on that ship, and you haven't made no preparation for your own salvation and asking or following what the Most High God has put in your mouth. You say these things, but you don't even believe what you're saying out of your own mouth. You're like a broken record, that you're saying something like a parrot, something that you heard serious leaders say, and then you're not willing to follow yourself. So in that respect, as I said, it took family, my family. I thank God for them. My Isha, thank God for her, the support she's given me throughout the years. I thank God for my children who understand me. You know, my Abba came to live with me the last 7 years of his life. He's buried in this land. My stepmother came to live with me. She just passed about 2 years ago at 93 years old. She's buried in this land. My sisters come to join me here, but it's because they've seen my unwavering belief and knowledge of the Most High can do anything but fail. And they know that I don't depend on any of them believing what I believe or even following me, because I believe in the Most High. And if I have to walk this way alone, I'm prepared to do that, even though that's not my wish, that's not my desire. I love my people. I'm not an emotional person except when I'm talking about our people. When I speak about our people and our plight, I'm emotional. When I look at our people's plight, I'm emotional. I don't know if I've ever shed any tears for anything other than looking at the plight of our people. It's our people that can make me cry. It's our people who can make my feelings and my emotions overrun. So it's in that respect that, again, it is not easy saving a people. If you train to be a lifeguard, you know, at a swimming pool, at a beach, or at an ocean, one of the things they tell you along with the skills that you acquire there is be careful how you try to save a drowning person. Because if you're not careful, they can damage you and you'll drown too. And that's part of the highest point of skill training. We must also know the skill of how to save our people without drowning ourselves and without letting them and the trauma that they're in when they're fighting for their life harm you. Because remember, they're still traumatized. And in the traumatization, they are not all the time fully conscious of what they are doing. You know, when my teacher first brought me into a light, I was a freshman down at Savannah State College in Savannah, Georgia. Here I am, a black man born in New York, educated in New York, going down south to be educated 3 years after King was assassinated down there. And people want to know I'm going down there, and the Most High decided that I had to go down to an SBCU and be amongst my people. But I didn't go down there for what I thought I went down there for. I went down there to be separated from my people and the lifestyle in New York so the Most High can get my attention. So he can get my attention so he can call me. And when I went down there, the brother that called me, ironically or blessedly or prophetically, his name was Ruach Emmett. Now look at that. Ruach Emmett means spirit of truth. And this is the brother that brought me from ignorance into an understanding, 1,000 miles away from my home. And he told me, my brother, no sleeping man knows that he's asleep until he's awake. It's only when you wake up a sleeping man that he knows he's been asleep. You can be watching a TV program, and then you end up waking up and say that the program's looking at you, the program is over. And you first thing you wonder, how long was I asleep? Because you don't know you're sleeping until you wake up. And our people don't know they're asleep. And that's one of the biggest tasks we have is waking up our people. And they don't know they're asleep. They think they're in their best life. They think they're living. They think the definition and the scope of their life is life. So in that respect, you know, the harvest is great and the laborers are few. And some of those who are even the laborers are sluggish. But we can't lose faith. You know, as I said, 51 years awake and, you know, reclaiming this culture. You know, I've been serving as a Kohain, anointed Kohain from the house of David under the leadership of a Mother Wisdom, High Priest LYFE, Melchizedek LYFE, Amalek David. In 1977, I was ordained as a rabbi under the Ethiopian Hebrew Israelite Rabbinical Council of America, who come out of the order of Rabbi Ford, who was the one of the generals under Marcus Garvey in the UNIA. He wrote the anthem for UNIA. He wrote the Constitution for the UNIA. He wrote the national anthem for Ethiopia because he went back to Ethiopia upon the crowning of his Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie. That's Rabbi Josiah Ford, who's originally from Barbados, but came to be a part of the Harlem Renaissance. And he also worked with Rabbi Wentworth Matthews, another member of the UNIA. They got their Shemekah and their credentials from the royal throne of Ethiopia, and Tamrat Emmanuel from the Beta Yisrael in Ethiopia. And they set up the order for ordaining rabbis of African descent. So both as a Kohain for over 47 years and a rabbi for 32 years, serving our community only. I have the experience with our people. I know who our people are. I know what we're like. And I love our people despite the trials and tribulations. And if you're not strong, as the Most High God called Ezekiel, make your face like flint. Because if you go try to talk to my people, and I know them, I made them, if you don't have a face where they see the face of God on your face, they will chew you up and spit you out. And that's why the blessing, Yivarekah Yehovah Yishmerekah, may the Most High God bless thee and keep thee. Yoweh Yehovah Panovalekah Wakunekah. May the face of Yehovah be your face. Because if people look at us and they don't see the face of God, they will chew you up and spit you out. They know our people will not follow anybody who does not have the Spirit of God in them. And even when you got the Spirit of God in you, they will challenge you to make sure it's God or not. So don't even try this. That just say because you got a title or you got a name or you got experience. Our people don't care about none of that. They're going to test you and see if you got the Spirit of God in you today, at this hour, never mind about yesterday. And if they don't, they're going to trample on you. So the Most High God, without the Ruach HaKadosh, that is our protection, our leader, our guide, and everything it is that we need, you will be tried. So all I've heard today is the trials and tribulations we're having trying to save our own people. It ain't even trying to save our own lives. It ain't trying to make no money. It ain't trying to do business. We have to do that because like anybody else, we have to eat. We're trying to do it righteously. We're trying to do it righteously, integrated with helping our people be redeemed and relocated. We got to deal with our own people. Then we got to deal with governments that are still post-colonial hangovers, governments that require visas, governments that look and respect colonial boundaries, governments that don't see who we really are. We got to deal with that. Some people come to see me working with governments and leaders say, oh, he's with politicians. I'm not with no problem. I'm with Yah. And whoever I got to talk to help redeem and save my people, that's who I'm talking to. Moses was sent to his people to say, I'm come to you because the Most High God sent me to you. But who did he have to go talk to? He had to go talk to Pharaoh. Who was he in a contest with? He was in a contest with Pharaoh. He was in a contest with the powers that be that was holding our people in captivity. So if the Most High send me, I don't care where he send me. He can send me to the Pope. He can send me to the President of the United States. He can send me to all the presidents of Africa. Wherever I got to go to say, let my people go and to represent my people and go with the word of Yah is where I'm prepared to go with no fear at all. And so in that respect, I like this session. I think our people, need more of this because, as I said, we got paid agents. Remember, the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, he had enemies and governments all over the world. He wasn't allowed to even step on the continent of Africa. And so who did they use to bring him down? They used our people. So in using our people, we don't have a leader who was brought down that was not brought down by people who our real adversaries use. Even in the scripture, what happened to Judas? He had to kill himself when his eyes were open and he realized how he was used. But who used them? So in the same token, we should understand that it's going to be our own people who's going to challenge us most because that's the people we love, that's who we trust, and that's who's closest to us. But we have an enemy that we don't see. We have an enemy who has studied us longer than we've studied them. We have an enemy who has known us longer than we have been brought back into the remembrance of ourselves. And so that means we have a formidable enemy that we can never underestimate. And the worst thing we can do is underestimate our adversary and not prepare properly for the fight that we're engaged in. So you know me, Alisa, you know me, so I can talk. So let me finish because the time is wrapping up. I get talking and I get inspired, and especially with all of you who are younger than me, and I'm inspired by the couples that are here, the families that are here. I'm inspired by the young years that I'm hearing. But for me, it's a breath of fresh air because I know the Most High is raising up a new generation that's going to take this fight on.
Thank you so much, Kohain. Wow.
Hallelujah.
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 Wow, hallelujah.
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 Took me back
Bars.
to church. Yes.
Right, bars. Okay. Thank you so much, Kohain. I mean, I let y'all get a little bit of what he give. I be getting this all the time. You feel me? Like,
Man.
no, but listen,
Man.
if y'all ever in Elmina, Ghana, make sure y'all come to the temple on Saturdays. We normally try to start about 1 p.m. If you want to hear more from Rabbi Cohan, I mean, he got so much more to give. He's just being cautious of the time right now. So we're coming to an end. We thank everyone for tuning in to the Turn Up. And we just got 2 more questions for our guests before they leave. We're going to make it real quick for y'all. So everybody on this panel, I just need one word you're going to use to inspire the people today. And don't forget, it applies to you first. So what's the one word everybody's going to give that will inspire and uplift and keep those going that are doing the work that we're doing? Because there's more of us that are doing this. We are just the only ones that are on the live today. So if everybody can tell me one word, what would it be, King? Mr. Daniel King, what would it be?
It definitely would have to be faith. For everybody, for us, for the people that are coming against us. Faith has carried us through, so I know it can carry everybody through. So faith.
I love that one. My word would be obedience, because that is why the light keeps shining on me. He keeps saying, all right, you did it. You did it. Obedience is better than sacrifice. So Judah, what would be your word?
Endure. We are running a race. You have to run, you have to complete this race. So you have to endure the trials and the tribulations that come along the way.
Yeah, thank you. Mr. Ford, what's your word?
I would say, yeah, discernment. Be discerning and make sure you just take people for who they show you. People show you who they are. People will tell you who they are if you just pay attention and just listen and look at what they say. Before we close, I just want to give I don't mean to jump in between, but you spoke about Rabbi Cohan a few times in passing in conversation, and I didn't really know who he was based off the conversation that we had, but I'm grateful to the rabbi for you coming on here and giving your wisdom and sharing with us what you went through to give us some hope and to, give us some inspiration to keep going. It's my hope that we'll have more elders stand up like you and stand strong in their position and use their wisdom to help us get to where we're trying to go, because we all got the same mission and got the same calling. So I appreciate you, Elder, for taking your time out and using your gift to, edify us and teach us this. Thank you.
Hallelujah. Toda Rabbi.
Toda. So, Kohan, you gave us a lot of words. What would be one word you give us before we leave?
Love one another.
Come on now.
Our love ourselves and the Most High. So love is the key. We need to learn that love that will produce all the virtues that all of you have expressed so well.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. We want all of our guests to tell us, Tim Ford, how can we follow your journey and keep up with you and your wife in Tanzania?
So you can follow us on YouTube at T3andMe, and I also have a Instagram channel, Instagram page, Tim Ford Jr. And my wife has her Instagram page, Fords_Herbal, where we talk about the products and things that we have going on. So yeah, you can find us on either of those 3 platforms. Two platforms.
Okay, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your time, for your love and your story, and of course your inspiration. So, Mr. Daniel King, how can we follow you and your wife's journey?
Life with the Kings, LYFE with the Kings with 2 eyes on YouTube and Instagram, the same thing. Or catch me in a Accra Mall, man. I'm there, innit? I'm in a Accra Mall. You can catch this scammer in a Accra Mall.
We rebuke that.
Yeah.
That.
You got
I
that,
repeat that.
that Jamaican UK accent in it. I'm in a cry in it.
Let me
I love
just say also, Alita, sorry to just interrupt. Let me just say the words that everybody's giving is just the fruits of the spirit.
Come
Like,
on.
if we all just carry the fruits of the spirit, do you know what I mean? Then how can we go wrong? Like, so yeah, I just wanted to say that.
No, thank you. You're absolutely right. Thank you so much for sharing that. Judah, how can we follow your journey and see what's going on at Jerk Show?
Man, you can check me out on YouTube, which is Judah's Exodus. There will be a second Exodus. And if you're in Ghana, you can come by Jerk Soul. Come get you some modern Caribbean cuisine.
Yeah, thank you, Judah. Rabbi, I'm gonna tell them yours because I know you don't know it.
Yes.
I do Rabbi stuff. Y'all go to from YouTube, go to Rabbi Cohan Halavi. If you want to subscribe to his channel, he's just now starting to get all of his content out. And then if you guys want to hear more of him speaking, we're at the temple every Saturday at 1 p.m. in Elmina, Ghana, which is at Mabel's Table. So as for me in my house, I'm Alisa Israel. Y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe, put your post notification on so you don't miss the next live video. I'm trying to talk to all of us that think we're doing something out here, that think we're being used by the Most High. And so if you guys have people that you think that should be on this live, make sure you send their name. And you can also email me at alisaisrael@gmail.com. I'm not taking clients anymore because I got enough headaches. So I'm just going to focus on the headaches I got. And then Most High willing, next year we'll start Community 4. So thank you guys so much. Again, press that like, comment, subscribe, put your post notifications on, and tell a friend to tune in to our next turn up. Deuces. Thank y'all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're
Greetings to
welcome.
everyone.